Chapter 1. Mare. Late one Tuesday afternoon in March of 2010, in a disorderly cabin located on the edge of the North American continent, in a place bypassed by highways and the electrical grid, Mary M. Abaddon reached deep into her freezer, plucked out a small white marrow bone, and tossed it onto her pantry floor. Her dog, Lucky, was nearly deaf, but the unmistakable thunk of bone hitting wood could still roust him from his slumber. It was a familiar routine between Mare, as she was known to most everyone, and the border collie cocker spaniel mutt she found abandoned on the road to Shelter Cove 14 years earlier. As Mare bent down to scratch behind Lucky's floppy black ears and pat his head, the little dog peered up at her with pleading eyes. "Lucky, stay and guard," she instructed him, as she always did before she left for town. Lucky picked up his treat and headed for the front deck to curl up under the cherry trees that were just beginning to bud, while Mare gathered up her coat and purse and pulled the cabin door shut behind her. She was excited, giddy even, as she started up her battered Volvo station wagon and eased it down her driveway and toward town. It was the same fluttery feeling she had long ago when she first moved to this place. It felt like the start of something new. Mare had first heard about the event while listening to KMUD FM, the community radio station. A local talk show host named Anna Banana Hamilton was organizing it. The flyer she posted around town advertised the event two ways: the Post-Marijuana Prohibition Economy Forum, and the shorthand version, which rolled off the tongue much easier: "What's after pot?" The accompanying art featured a pot leaf, two nude female figures wearing baseball caps, clumps of trimmed marijuana buds, and what appeared to be dollar bills with wings fluttering away. Smaller print near the bottom of the flyer advised attendees to bring their own snacks. On her way to town, Mare caught slivers of the steel-blue Pacific Ocean through the trees, but mostly all she could see were the trees themselves. On her right, madrones and Douglas firs plunged down the canyon. On her left, they furrowed their roots deep into the hillside. The Volvo rattled past a row of brightly painted mailboxes and the dirt road that led to the meadow where the annual Easter egg hunt and the May and October trade fairs were held. Farther ahead was the tiny community school, where years earlier Mare had volunteered as an art teacher, teaching the children how to make paper and pinch clay into faces that they would stick to trees until the rain washed them away. At the intersection called Four Corners, where a hand-painted blue sign cautioned drivers to be on the lookout for bicycles, motorcycles, a donkey, and children, Mare guided the Volvo past the entrance to Sinkyone Wilderness State Park and onto a road that straddled the Mendocino and Humboldt County line. Deep inside the state park was a 75-acre patch of ancient redwoods that Mare had once fought to save from the roar of a lumber company's saw. Looking back on her life, Mare considered it the most important thing she'd ever done. That was nearly 30 years ago. On this March day, Mare was a month into her 70th year. Her once blonde hair had long since turned silvery white, and her handsome face carried the lines of a life fully lived. Her blue eyes still twinkled with unfaltering optimism, and she continued to marvel at the details, like the cherry red paint on a passing motorcycle, which could make her exclaim